to Click Academics. In today's video, I'm going to be teaching you guys how to solve this exponential equation. So we have 3 to the power of x squared plus 2 equals 27 to the power of x. And what we're first going to do is we want to make our bases the same, because whenever we're solving for exponential equations, we always want to make our bases the same to make the equation easier to solve. So as you can see right now, our bases are 3 and 27, which aren't the same. So we're going to convert 27 to make it equal 3. And 3 to the power of what equals 27? 3, right? 3 to the power of 3 equals 27. So we're going to change this to 3 to the power of x squared plus 2 equals 3 to the power of 3 to the power of x. All we did was we simply replaced the 27 with 3 to the power of 3. Now remember, an important property of exponents is that if you have a to the power of b to the power of c, this is equal to a to the power of b times c. So these two exponents multiply. So over here we have 3 to the power of 3 to the power of x, and this is equal to 3 to the power of 3 times x, which is just 3x. And this is still equal to 3 to the power of x squared plus 2. Now remember, if you have the same bases, now that we do, we can simply ignore the bases and make the two exponents equal to each other, because if the two bases are the same, then so do the exponents, right? Because, or else this equation wouldn't be true. So now we have our equation x squared plus 2 is equal to 3 times x is 3x. Now I'm going to subtract 3x on both sides. So now we have x squared minus 3x plus 2 equals 0. So now what we're going to do is we're going to factor this equation. So we're going to multiply these two, a and c, and we have b here. So a is 1, so 1 times c is 2. So our product, p, is 2, and our sum is -3. So we have to figure out what two numbers multiply to get 2 and add up to get -3. So those two numbers are actually -2 and -1, because as you can see, if you add these two, they get -3, and if you multiply these two, they get 2. So now our equation is going to be x squared minus 2x minus x plus 2 is equal to 0. And this is going to turn into x times x minus 2 minus 1 times x minus 2. Now this is the same thing as x minus 1 times x minus 2. And this is equal to 0. And our two solutions are 1 and 2. because if you plug in 1, it makes the whole equation equal 0, and same goes for 2. So our answers are 1 and 2, and now we could plug these in to our original equation and see if they work. So let's plug in 1 first. So we're going to have 3 to the power of 1 squared is 1 plus 2 equals 27 to the power of 1. Now 1 plus 2 is 3, so we have 3 to the power of 3 equals 27, because 27 to the power of 1 is 27, and 3 to the power of 3 is 27. So we have 27 equals 27. So this is right. So we know that 1 is right. Now let's test out 2. So we have 3 to the power of 2 to the power of 2 is 4 plus 2, and this equals 27 to the power of 2. Now this is 3 to the power of 6 equals, we can actually change 27 into 3 to the power of 3. We really don't have to use a calculator. To the power of 2, and these two multiply, so we get 3 to the power of 6 equals 3 times 2 is 6, so 3 to the power of 6. So this is right as well. Hey guys, welcome back to Click Academics. In today's video, I'm going to be teaching you guys how to solve this exponential equation. So we have x to the power of 8 minus 121 equals 0. So what we're first going to do is we're going to add 121 on both sides to isolate x. We want to isolate x, so we're going to get rid of the negative 121 on this side. So these two cancel out because 121 minus 121 is 0, so we're left with x to the power of 8 equals 0 plus 121 is simply 121. Now what we're going to do is recall a property of exponents. If we have a to the power of b to the power of c, this is equal to a to the power of b times c. So what we're going to do is we're going to change our x to the power of 8 here so that it is in this form, a to the power of b to the power of c. So we're actually going to change this to x to the power of 4 to the power of 2. Because 4 times 2 is 8, and that's x to the power of 8. And this is equal to 121. Now what we're going to do is we're going to take the square root of both sides. So now the square root of this, well, these two just simply cancel because these two are opposites. So on this side, our left side, we have x to the power of 4. And on our right side, we have positive and negative 11. Remember, it's positive and negative, not just positive. So now we have x to the power of 4 equals positive and negative 11. Now we're going to take the fourth root on both sides. So by doing that, these two would cancel out. So we are left with x equals the fourth root of positive negative 11. So this is our answer.